Tiffany Steiner, Bakken BBQ.
Jackie Jenkin, Bakken BBQ.
Thank you for joining the program here. Great news. I love it every time there's another step that happens behind the scenes with a big event like the Bakken BBQ, because so many people always ask, how do you guys pull off something like this? Well, today we're going to talk about one of those things that's really extremely important in the whole process of it. So Tiffany, Jackie, how are the two of you doing today?
Fantastic.
Doing good.
So let's talk about what's going on in the latest happenings with the Bakken BBQ, because the snow is starting to fall on the ground, and we're talking about something that's going to have a beach theme next summer. So what's going on?
Well, we're really excited. We are going to be sending out the invite tomorrow to the public for companies to cook in the 8th Annual Bakken BBQ on June 19th, 2020. So it's going to be an exciting day to open it up to new companies that have not had a chance yet, and some that were not able to participate last year. So we currently have 12 companies signed up. We send it to the past cookers. They get the first chance at picking a spot. So we already have 12 in the queue for barbecue cookers.
And so you're going to send the notices out. Anybody from the public can come and be a part of this. It's primarily, am I right by that? They just have to have a team
Correct.
together?
Yes.
And obviously it's primarily companies that have done it in the past, but I suppose if the Johnson family wants to put together a team and compete, they can do that. I mean, we're not going to discriminate against anybody who wants to help charity and help a great cause like Make-A-Wish North Dakota. So it's still Make-A-Wish North Dakota for a sponsorship this year as far as the money going to that's raised at this year's Bakken BBQ. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So give me some details. What are the details for this coming Bakken BBQ?
So this year's details are, Tiffany and I did a little bit of work. We kind of changed up our layout a little bit. This year we went and kind of scouted out some different areas, and then we decided that we wanted to stay at the rec center. Just because we've been there for 7 years and it's a great venue, and we have indoors because we live in North Dakota. We never know that it might storm in 5 minutes. So Tiffany and I kind of revamped the venue and made it so we can have the opportunity to have more people come and cook this year, and a bigger kiddie corner, and just a better layout so people can walk through and kind of see everything that's going on. We're bringing a company in to have bull riding, one of those mats where you can get on the mechanical bull. And we are also getting a DJ this year versus a band, so they can kind of go along with our beach-themed barbecue this year.
There's some Beach Boys and, all the fun music.
Party on the beach.
Yes, exactly.
And opening up invites, or basically it's saying we're bringing registrations for the Bakken BBQ. Are you guys having a cap on how many people can participate?
At this point, we looked at our map and our new venue and how we revamped it. We're thinking 32 spots is the cap. But we're not going to say that's the official limit. We do want to work with everyone, and say if we have 33 companies that want to cook, we would definitely make that happen. But at this point, it looks like 32 is kind of the number this year. So we'll kind of see where everything happens. If we have more people that want to cook, we will do what we can to accommodate everyone.
That was one of the reasons why I asked and where I was going with this. Last year, tremendous success, $100,000 raised for Make-A-Wish North Dakota. I don't know the attendance numbers, but it was tremendously attended. And when I'm looking at all the signs that are there, the growth and just the size of things, and trying to get a handle on some of the cookers and the numbers, and trying to fine detail things out, it seems like you guys are right at that phase where you might have to look for a bigger venue very soon.
And that's kind of what we were doing this year, Jim.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, all the signs are there. I hate to call it out, but sometimes I mean, it's the elephant in the room where I'm like, geez, it's just all the signs are there. Like, you guys are right at that tipping point where you could or you couldn't, and that's a tough place to be in, when.
Well, and it's actually a really exciting time because, I mean, I feel that our event has grown so much. I mean, last year you were talking about numbers. We had over 2,800 people attend. That's insane. In 4 hours, 2,800 people came through our venue and ate food. We had 25 cookers last year. The year before, we only had 14. So to see that growth year after year is really, it's just incredible to see the community come together, and more companies are excited to come. And we already have a handful of new companies that haven't participated that want to be a part of it this year.
And this year it's going to be an election year, so who knows what you're going to get coming out of the woodworks this year. I mean, that's the new nature of the beast. So, and the reason is people have extra money to give and extra money to be a part of different things and resources and people and time allocated. And anytime you can get 2,800 people into an area in 4 hours, you're going to have a few people shaking hands. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, all the signs are there that this year is looking to be bigger, better, and probably more bombastic than ever. I couldn't think. BBQ, I'm trying to stay with the B theme, and sometimes you should just give up. But anyway, okay, so you're going to send out the emails, and if somebody's catching this on the radio or they're catching it on a podcast, how can people sign up for the Bakken BBQ or find out more information if they want to be a part of the 2020 Bakken BBQ?
So they can go ahead and reach us at bakkenbbq@hotmail.com or on our Facebook page, Bakken BBQ.
And what are the details one more time?
This will be our 8th annual Bakken BBQ, Friday, June 19th, and it'll start at 4 or 4:30. I'm not 100%. But we also have a really good lineup for our raffle tickets, and Jackie will explain what we got going on there.
So we're kind of sticking with most of the same prizes as we did last year, and our raffle is probably the best raffle. I'm not gonna lie, it's the greatest raffle around.
Not biased at all.
Our grand prize. So the winner. This is a nice thing. Who doesn't like choices? The winner gets to choose between a razor or a ranger. So if you win, you get to choose which one you want. You're not stuck with just one if you prefer the razor over the ranger. So that's pretty cool. We always raffle off a gun, some cash prizes, our Vikings tickets, and a Traeger, a Yeti, baseball tickets, a Deadwood getaway, a Medora package. So it's really exciting. You can win one of these items, for $10.
Well, and it's over $20,000 in prizes for just $10.
And the razor and the ranger, what's the official category for that? I call them, like a dune buggy golf cart souped up, type of a thing. They're not quite the truck, but they're a lot more souped up than that. What do you know the official name for those all-terrain vehicles? Are they called?
Side by side is what I'd call them.
Okay, and it's a razor and a ranger, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Nobody was thinking it wasn't like a razor you shave your beard with.
I was told that wouldn't be a grand prize.
Oh, wow. Well, some of the beards out in the oil field, you never know. That would be quite the thing. All right.
Gold shaver.
And so,
they went over
go ahead. Sorry.
They went over so well last year. I heard from people we brought the razor and the ranger there. Randy from Dakota Sports brings both of them down there for us. And I heard from a lot of people that the husband and wife were walking over after they bought their raffle tickets, deciding which one they're going to choose when they win.
Nice.
We had to have them there teasing people. I mean, we had to have both of them so people could see what they were going to win.
I know last year went off really well. A lot of things I thought went really well, and some new things that you guys had tried. Is there anything new that you guys are doing this year that you've decided on so far? It sounds like you guys are experimenting with some new layouts, but of course you have to wait to find out how many cookers you have until you can really pull the trigger on a new layout. Thus, here we are talking about, hey, if you want to cook this year in the Bakken BBQ, get them in early so we can get a nice layout going and figure out how to maximize the best.
Well, and it is first come, first serve. So if you sign up right away, you get to choose your spot. And I know that's one of the nice things for the sponsors and the past cookers is they get the first chance. So we have 12 already signed up, which is great. And it's only, it's Halloween. So we're not even in November yet.
So it's not even Halloween yet, and the barbecue's next June 2020. That's good. That's really good. But at the same time, it's off their checklist for next year, and they're going to be in there regardless. So that's taken care of. And hey, by the way, who won the contest last year? I forgot already.
First place was Martin Construction. Second place was Chief Oilfield. Third was Ben's Oil, and then People's Choice was Butler Cat.
Now it's coming back to me. Those years bleed together. I have to get reminded every now and then. And, of course, I remember Butler's very well. And that doesn't surprise me that they got People's Choice, and I remember that very much now. Okay, so cookers, looking for cookers, and the Bakken BBQ. A beach theme. Make-A-Wish is going to be the charity recipient. Up to 32, 33 cookers. If we get more than that, we'll kind of play it by ear, see what happens when it happens. And there is going to be a raffle this year and auction. Are you guys doing an auction this year, or is that still on the table?
Yep, we're going to do a live auction again this year.
Outstanding. That went off really well last year. I think people really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we were a little nervous for it being our first year, but I think it went pretty good. And, I think everybody really enjoyed it. It was something different.
And are you guys still accepting, you guys always accept prizes, but this interview is more to let people know that the cookers are now taking registrations. But as far as prizes and things like that, how should they contact you, or what kind of system should they go through if they, Red Rock Auto in Watford City is a brand new dealership, and they might want to be a part of this, and they might, have some sort of prize to give away. So, something like that. You like that guilt trip I just put in there?
They can reach out to us on Facebook, or they can email us at bakkenbbq@hotmail.com.
Are you guys taking prizes right now? I imagine you are. I hate to assume, but I would assume.
We don't ever say no to sponsorships, barbecuers, or prizes, Jason.
And what were some of the prizes last year that the auctioneer sold that was different than like the raffle, just to give people an idea? Because there was some baskets that were pretty cool and some things that were put together.
One was that hog hunt in Oklahoma. That was pretty cool. One was that motorized little RV for kids. We had a bar cart donated with some alcohol and some other items.
It was literally a bar cart too. I remember that was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. Someone made it from scratch.
I think there was like a barbecue outdoor type of a themed one as well that had a bunch of sauces and different meats and maybe not meats, but barbecue type themed things. So yeah, it was neat. There was a lot of different cool things. The hog one, that one was really bidded on pretty well.
Yes, that one was pretty well sought after.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, what else do we got? Anything to wrap her up here on is it the 8th annual? Is that right?
The 8th annual.
8th annual Bakken BBQ, and it's next June 2020, but we're talking about opening up the floodgates, if you will, for the cookers, and there's already a dozen signed up, and we're not even to November because it's Halloween when we're doing this interview. So there we go.
Well, thank you, Jason. We appreciate it as always.
Thank you, Jason.